I'm Gary from Self Mastery. Thank you so much for coming in today. I will be your reader, and I appreciate you listening to me and supporting Self Mastery. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, I want to talk about a spread that has been on my heart for a while. I've designed it, I've developed it. It's 7 cards, and it's called the Dark Spread. Now, I want to tell you something about it, and this happens a lot with moon cycles too. Sometimes darkness happens. We feel dark, We sometimes we don't feel as light as we need to be. And what I mean by light is we all have some darkness. We all have our yin and yang. We all have our times when we might feel just a little evil. I know I do. And I sometimes think we can harness those dark powers to make things happen for us. Call it wicked, call it what it is. But in self mastery, we talk about using all the tools in the toolbox. And sometimes you have to muster up some darkness to get some things done. It's true. I'm not lying to you. So, with this dark spread, it's a 7 card, and I'll be clarifying. I've already meditated on this, and I've cut the cards. I shuffled and everything else. I feel like I need to shuffle more. And because I just finished a reading with using just majors, and I just feel like the universe wants me to shuffle half like this and then combine them. I just sense it, so I'm going to do what I'm told intuitively. Now I'm going to cut, and I believe that we're ready to go, okay? So, what is your dark power? What are some things you need to kill or get rid of? What spell do you need to cast? I'm going to move it here. There you go. 4. What scares you? 5. A message from beyond. 6. What do you need to bring back to life or reanimate? And darkness complete. And that is the 2 of Wands. That is the 2 of Wands. Beautiful. Okay. So it's, again, let's go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 of Wands is the overall energy. Okay. 2 of Wands is the overall energy. So let's discuss the 2 of Wands. Choice with passion, walking through gates and things like that. So your overall dark energy is telling me, I'm using us as the universe and intuitively is speaking through me. I'm a conduit for its energy. But you're walking through a gate. You're walking to something that you're gaining. You're walking to something that you have been working on. Things are being exposed to you. Things are being brought to light to you. Okay. Now, when I say darkness, it doesn't necessarily mean dark. It just means the other part of you, the shadow version. And that's what I'm getting here. So what is your dark power? What is it? It's the 5 of Swords. And what I'm getting here with this 5 of Swords, a dark power you have is a way that you can manipulate your thought in your words and confusion with people. For instance, if they're getting on your nerves, you know how to manipulate the situation through confusion by your words, by your conversation, by your reaction. But I'm saying it's in the intellect and talking through your mouth. And that is a dark power. You have a way of confusing. You also have a way of resurrecting. And that's also what I'm getting with this 5 of Swords. You can resurrect situations by using your mouth and your thought. And that is a beautiful dark power. Some things you need to kill. You got the Ace of Wands here. It's interesting. We have the Ace and the Two and the Overthink. Some things you need to kill are those passions that come in so hot and heavy that you take it, but you don't think about it. You just go with your passion and you're reactionary in this fire, in this burn. That gets you in trouble. That gets you caught. See, without thought, without our swords too. I love how we have the 5 here. But you need to kill those sparks when they come in. The ones you know that you have to think about or that you have to really condition yourself. You're impulsive. It's very impulsive, and I'm sensing that intuitively. It's very impulsive. Those impulsive reactions get you in trouble. We're going to clarify. No worries. 3. What spell do we need to cast? What spell do you need to cast? You ready? It's the Page of Wands. So if there were a spell with the Page of Wands, it's a spell of exploration. It's a spell of going and getting the guts and casting something to learn, to educate, to put some passion behind some new things, some things that are moving you passionately. And you might need to put a spell on your job, meaning show forth more effort into your work, show for more effort into the spark of energy that you need to learn more about what you're doing. Again, this card here, there's dragons, and this little page trains them. That's what I get. And in order to train a dragon, you have to understand what it eats, how it thinks, how it moves, its attitudes, its stuff like that, you know? So what I'm getting here is the spell you need to cast over yourself is a spell of education, but putting some passion behind it. That's what we got, okay? 4. What scares us? But what scares you mainly, okay? It's the Pentacles. Now, you're thinking to yourself, how could I possibly be scared of the Ace of Pentacles? You're scared of new beginnings sometimes. You're scared of starting something new in fear that it might be too big for you to handle. And that's what we have. Notice how this Ace of Pentacles is larger than this huge tree here. Sometimes people get scared because they know if they start this project, if they go with the Page of Wands and they go forth, it's going to be too big for them to handle. Again, with the 2, based on your decision with passion. Again, I'm sensing we're starting to get a thing of your impulsory actions. Your impulsory actions get you in trouble, but also your thought. 5 of Swords too is the fact of talking yourself out of some big things that might happen. You know what I mean? Also, 5. What's the message from beyond? The message from the universe. The message from beyond. That's the call here. Another 2. It's the 2 of Swords. Interesting enough, the overall energy is the 2 of Wands with the decision of passion walking through it. Now you got the 2 of Swords here. And that message is telling us that you do have to see things, get your information, make that decision, cut the veil of things you don't know. Why don't you know it? Because you got to get into the Page of Wands and go exploring to learn, to have a passion and growing in what you need. It's in your brain, okay? That's what I get. You got to make the decision in your brain. Once it starts here, it goes here. It could be here, but I think it starts here. It's that decision, and it takes guts and passion to walk through that 2 of Wands. So what needs to be brought back to your life? What needs to be reanimated in your life? And it's the Chariot. It's that moving. It's that moving. I want to clarify this. Things you need to kill. The first thing I got was just being a little bit too jumping into things without the education page of wands, okay? So we have what needs to be brought back to you, and that's the chariot. And that is the movement towards something, okay? Now, this is not advancement as much as I'm sensing having the guts, having the courage. It takes a lot of courage to get into a chariot. Those things, man, are pretty unstable if they're not controlled. And we talked about the control issue, didn't we? We did. So you need to bring that back into your life. You need to bring it back into your life. All right. No big deal. No big deal at all. So let's cross this. What is your dark power? We talked about that. Your way that you can manipulate or confuse things. I'm sensing you confuse people that annoy you by just talking circles around them. It's intellect, right? Here's what we got. We got another five of swords on top of each other. You just witnessed something, that lottery, that happening is practically impossible. I mean, do the math. So here you go. Now you got 10 of swords too. What is your dark power? Talking to people, confusing them that you can make them even stay up at night. You can give them 10 swords. Your dark power might be your intellectual mouth that can shred somebody. Okay? Interesting enough, but we just had the five of swords on top of the five of swords in your dark power. No kidding. You watched it. So there you go. That is one heck of a power. Wow. Good for you. This is strong. So be wise and only use it if it's going to help you, if it's going to help you in self mastery, but please don't use it to hurt anybody. So this is your reading, so you decide on how you want to use it, but that is your dark power. Things you need to kill. I've always wanted. This is the one I'm wondering about. The Ace of Wands. Things you need to kill. And the first thing that came to me was an impulsory style of attitude, to where you just jump in without thinking. And we got the Five of Wands. What we're getting here is very interesting. So we have the Five of Wands on top of this. So things you need to kill. Well, first of all, it's the fighting in that passion. So what happens is you jump into this very impulsive. Okay? Very impulsive. But here's the deal. Then you start fighting in yourself of, do I even want to be in this? Do I even want to be in this? I don't have enough passion for it or whatever. So you start fighting with yourself. And because this is part of the needs to kill, we get the 6. Therefore, you don't get victory in that particular passion, because this is the things you need to kill setting here, or placement in this reading. So that clarifies for me that it's true. Too impulsive. Jumping in, and then you start fighting yourself when you're in that, going, how I don't even have enough passion for this. It's all in your head. It's that inner fighting toward passion. 3, with the spell we need to cast. And again, we talked about that as being exploratory. You need to cast a new spell of passion and learning, and it pertains to your job. It pertains to the things that you love, but I'm sensing more it's your job. And we got the 5 of Cups. Interesting. We are getting fives galore out here, people. Oh my God. Change, 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 change. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. So, with the 5 of Cups, and that thing you have to cast is, you're feeling there's a sadness, there's a there's an attitude of, oh shucks, I'm missing out, or oh shucks, things aren't going too well for me, or oh shucks, the thing I jumped into isn't really blessing me the way I thought it would be. Well, that's what I'm saying. The things you need to cast when you start to feel like you don't have any more passion, then it's time to learn something new. It's time to advance yourself. It's time to chariot. It's time to go to that next level. Education, maybe even starting a new hobby. But if you and I'm sensing work now, so if you're in work and you're feeling you're not advancing, your chariot isn't going, then why don't you learn something more about work to make you more valuable? Or why don't you learn something uh, that's going to help you, instead of sitting in the broken 5 of cups and worrying about those those things? Okay, again, it's a perfect time to change. All right, beautiful. What scares you? Well, we said what scares you are the big things that are coming up, those new beginnings, and they scare you. They scare everybody, trust me, because it's the unknown. It's the unknown. And again, what spell do you need to cast? Exploratory. So maybe we should flip that attitude and say, it's a new opportunity. That's kind of cool. I want to explore that. You see how the page, just having that little baby pageism of taking on big things, see how it flipped the script there? So let's clarify. With the 8 of Cups, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. You walk toward it. You walk toward that new emotion. It's a change of attitude, see? So you can normally it could be walking toward or walking away. Sometimes you walk away from 8 broken cups. Sometimes you walk toward the 9 of Cups, and that's what we're getting here. So what scares you is new beginnings and those the unknown, right? So we clarify, and it's the fact of you might feel like you're not walking towards something that's worthy of your emotion. So I love it. And what I'm getting here is, yes, you go to that 9. You go to that 9 of Cups, to where then you can celebrate your new big pinnacle with other people. And they'll be so joyous too. Again, everything really is pointing to the Page of Wands here. I want a new passion from you. That's what the universe wants, okay? 5, a message from beyond. We have the 2 of Swords. Intellectually saying, you know what, I'm going to make this. I'm going to cut the veil of my fear. I'm going to cut the veil of my stagnation, shall I say, and I'm going to start moving, okay? We got the 7 of Swords. Yeah. Don't keep here. And then it goes to the 9 of Swords too, if we're going to do this. Oh my gosh. The message from beyond. Yeah. Don't keep yourself up at night, in a sense, and worry about things that aren't happening yet. Make things happen and then take it from there. But worrying about things that haven't happened yet, that's a waste of energy and a waste of intellect and a waste of your mind. You know what I mean? So we have the 7 of Swords here on top of that. And these are hidden fears. These are hidden in you. And I've always said, if you ever want to release something, and that's where the 2 of Swords comes in, make a decision to tell somebody and walk through it with somebody, walk through it with a loved one, you know? Um, a message from beyond is the fact of, sometimes in your planning and in your hidden thoughts, it's time, get some help with that. Talk with someone. Don't keep everything in your brain, because what you got is the 2 and the 7, you're in the 9, you're up all night. So right now, the message from beyond, or the message from the universe, is definitely telling you to talk with somebody. That's what I'm getting here. So what needs to be brought back? Well, we had the Chariot. Okay. And I just really, really sensed courage and being very confident in that and moving forward, actually making a decision to move forward. Okay. So what needs to be brought back? And that's the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. Yes. What is the Queen of Pentacles? She is grounded knowing that she can take care of everything that she needs to take care of in the home, and in your grounded person here. And it's the Pentacles. I did talk about the job right here. They're crossing it right here. What needs to be brought back is the confidence. That's what I'm saying. The Queen has confidence. The Queen also is the one that puts things into action. Now, let me tell you something. You got the King who commands, in a sense. Well, we know the Emperor commands, but what I'm saying is you have the King that then does the order. What happens from there? The Queen is the one that puts it into action by delegating what needs to be done back to the knight, going down to the page, and then so forth. But the point is, what needs to be brought back is your commanding, is your queen aspect of it. And that's putting it into action, but having the confidence to it. Now, here's the deal I want you to remember. If the king is confident in your abilities, then you should feel confident. Think about that. That's beautiful. So if you were to take anything away from this today, I would definitely tell you that if the king is confident in you, then you should just feel confident. I'm going to cross the Two of Wands here again. This is the darkness complete, the Two of Wands. That is making that decision to walk through gates into some new passion. You ready? And we got the Page of Swords. And I'm going with the Page of Swords on this based off of this, and this is what I'm clarifying here, is in order for you to make that passionate decision to walk through gates with a new passion, definitely talk to somebody about it, and someone that cares about you. We all have those people. You know who I'm talking about. But other than that, there's your darkness spread. And if you like this, if it moved you, please hit the like and watch our podcast, Self Mastery. It's we have the links in our YouTube page and everything. I hope this helped you. I had fun doing it. And again, I appreciate you so much for allowing me to read for you. You have a great day.